Feed me more pretzel sticks. Salted, pretty good. Always pick them up if you're at a local grocery store. 5-pound bag. But on today's episode of Smarkchat, we discuss the No Way Out pay-per-view. June 17th, 2012. A day late. A couple of videos too late since my last one. But nonetheless, sit back and we'll go over No Way Out. Welcome to Smarkchat. Now I know I haven't put out a video in quite some time. I've been lazy. That's my fault. I don't have many followers on Twitter. That's my fault. But please, I tend to advertise, tend to plug my channel during Raw, SmackDown, Impact. Please spread the word. If you're watching this video from a plug I did during Raw, TNA, SmackDown, subscribe. Believe me, this is all just opinion. Everyone has an opinion. And I'm not more right, more wrong than you are. Subscribe, rate, comment, something. Do want to blow this up, but I do know that I have to be more concise. Have more of a routine, and I apologize for not having that. But subscribe, rate, comment. Believe me, it will be worth your while. About the No Way Out crowd first. It was held in New Jersey in Izod Center. Now, if you know the New Jersey, New York area, it's a lot of smart marks. You know, they know they're wrestling. If you looked at last night's crowd, it seemed like they were only really there for two matches. The Dolph match versus Sheamus, which the crowd popped hugely for, and then pretty much was dead. And then they popped for the Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Kane match. Now, I wouldn't be too much worried. If you guys are thinking, wow, if this is this a preview of what the crowd will be for WrestleMania? Because will be held in Giant Stadium this coming year. You know, it's a different type of, honestly, it's a different type of WrestleMania crowd. You're going to have people probably coming from nearby states of Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and people all over the world. So really wouldn't be worried too much of the crowd for WrestleMania compared to what you had in Izod Center. But then again, if you have a stinker of a WrestleMania this year coming like you did last year, then you could expect that same reaction. Begins with the pre-show. Brodus Clay versus David Otunga. Starts out match. David Otunga with the offense and first goes after Brodus Clay knee. Works on the knee. Brodus Clay then works his offense on Otunga. Overhead suplex. Otunga's thrown out the ring. Looks like he's about to enter the ring at the 8 count. Decides not to. Stops and stares. Winner by count out. Brodus Clay. Hey Brodus Clay, I would like to see you be in some more meaningful matches. I understand we have to build up character, but it's coming to a point where I'm a little tired of this. Somebody call my mama. I see it, but I don't. I'm starting to warm up to the character a little bit. It is kind of funny when he does the little dance there with his claws, but it's really not for me. David Otunga, with your coffee mug, you're starting to grow on me too. But Chris Masters wants his gimmick back. First match we had, as we started the pay-per-view at 8 o'clock, Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. By far the biggest pop of the night, and like I said earlier, the crowd kind of died after this match until you had CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus Kane. Crowd popped huge for Ziggler. Huge for Ziggler. We had chants of "We want Ziggler," clap, 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 and then you heard Jerry Lawler during that 25-minute match where, as usual, Dolph is the bump machine. Jerry Lawler during the course of commentary, look at all the fans chanting for Sheamus, behind Sheamus. Meanwhile, we're hearing, "We want Ziggler, let's go Ziggler." Your winner, Sheamus by the bro kick. Honestly, you really, going into this match, at least in my honest opinion, you knew that Sheamus was going to win. You're not going to have Ziggler win in the sense of, why would he win? Think about it. He was basically the second, maybe even the third option. It might have been Randy Orton versus Sheamus, but he got suspended. It was Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus, but then he had an injury, and Ziggler was just kind of thrown in there. WWE probably thought, this will work, but there's no way that you could expect realistically, being that he was a last minute option. If they didn't have plans or thoughts for him in the beginning, throwing him in last minute, you knew that he had no chance of winning the belt. My opinion, my thought of this match, not so much the match, but more of the character-wise. For Ziggler to really be in that next level, that next main event, and he's, at least in my opinion, he's definitely ready. But if you look the way he works his matches, and you look at the way Sheamus works his matches, the roles should be reversed. Meaning, Dolph should be a face, Sheamus should be a heel. Or at the very least, if he's not going to win the strap from Sheamus, at least make Dolph ease him into being a face. That way eventually he could win the strap. I feel honestly that the way they work, and the way Dolph works, he would be best as a face, where he would ultimately even be over more than he already is. And I think really that's what needs to happen for WWE to have the full vote of confidence in him. Because right now, let's be honest, there's something that the WWE feels is missing from Dolph's character. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I don't know if it's coming out the right way, but ultimately for Dolph to be really over, he needs to be a face. You had a tuxedo match, Santino Marella versus Ricardo Rodriguez. Obviously, Santino, Ricardo, this is, always meant to be the comedy portion, the shtick of the card. I mean, really didn't do anything for me. I could get it. I understand why it's on a card, but not on a pay-per-view. This is something that would have worked, would have been fine for me at a Raw or a SmackDown. But the way I see it, I'm paying to watch a useless tuxedo match on a card where I could have possibly seen two other talent face each other that are worthy of a pay-per-view time and that could really work and put on a good match. It's kind of sad in a sense too, because if you watch FCW tapes, Ricardo Rodriguez could actually work. He could go. But again, for what character is now, tuxedo match against Santino Marella, it had no reason to be on the card. Raw, SmackDown, fine. Give it 5 minutes, fine. Not on a pay-per-view. The other people that deserve to be on there. Did win that match, further proof that the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title are a complete show. Rhodes versus Christian was the next match. Christian did win. Just going into this match, a little insight. You even heard boring chants. Boring. That's pretty sad because I really like these two workers. But in a sense, I feel that Cody Rhodes now, he's got stripped of whatever he had going for him. He had a gimmick that was going over extremely well, at least in my opinion. He had two handlers give out bags for the audience. How great was that? That was getting over, and then for whatever reason, WWE snatched it away for them. And, I also feel bad for Christian too. He has a lot of charisma, but it seems that his charisma best shows when he's in a tag team, when he has someone to bounce off of. He really can't do it in a singles competition. You know how they say that some people are best as tag teams? He would be best in a tag team. Like, take for example America's Most Wanted. Chris Harris, James Storm. They worked best as a tag team. Chris Harris did, at least. Once he broke off from James Storm, he disappeared. So, the flow, the boring chants, it almost seems like in that course of that match, these two didn't even know really by the way they were working who they are, how they're supposed to be working to fit their character. It's kind of sad, but then again, it all goes back to WWE focusing on three main guys.